Barton FM, following Barton Town. Sport on Barton FM is sponsored by Easy Buy.
Welcome to Swans Talk with me, Richard Watts. We start with Aaron Irwin talking to Nathan Jarman after the game against Winterton.
We've drawn 1-1 at Winterton.
Yeah.
And, scored in the last kick of the game. I mean, assess the game for us, I guess, to start.
Well, we was happy with it. We were felt like the better team, and I think we were the better team. But I've said to him before the game and at half time, you don't get anything from being the better team. You need to win. You need to get the goals, and unfortunately, we didn't get more goals than them. To state the obvious.
Yeah, I mean, I thought Ben Bowes, he's come in last minute.
Oh,
and he's had a good game. I mean,
yeah, he did well, and even I'll have to wait and watch the video, but he's adamant. He's got two hands on the ball, and the lads are just booting him. But I ain't seen the video. It looked like it could have been a free kick to us. It looked like he's got his hands on the ball, but there's a lot I didn't like from the officials. But let's just leave it there.
I mean, is that instant? If you was in their position, would you be trying to get the ball out of his hands? You would. Yeah, chasing the game, and they're chasing the game and chucking everything at it. But it just leaves a sour taste, doesn't it? It's not nice, and but there's a lot of things to be proud of from our point of view. Ben's come in, signed yesterday. Never met the lad, 17-year-old, absolutely brilliant. So, there's a lot to the way we defended. I don't think we had a clear-cut chance. I can't remember anywhere where Ben was really tested. We should have made more of our opportunities. That passing move in the first half where it went Ben into Kingy, back to Ben, into Tom, back to Ben, and Ben slid it under Pops, and Pops it looks like a good save. It's brilliant, and that's we work on stuff where we're coming in from wide and trying to play off the front men, and it's just nice to see stuff like that coming to fruition. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm a little bit flat because of how it's a kick in the teeth, and Scott's come and said we didn't deserve it, and it's true, but it's a point apiece, and we've come a long way from last season. Our squad's improved, and we just keep going.
For the latest Barton Town news and information, visit the club's website at www.bartontownfc.co.uk.
I'm joined by Aaron Walton. We've got a couple of games to look back on. A good draw against Winterton and an excellent win against Darmthorpe in the Cup. But I thought Winterton, a particularly good performance. I thought it was even for 60 minutes, but then I thought Barton were on top, and once they went in front, I didn't really see Winterton equalising.
No, I think it was local derby honours even. But we start with the attendance, Richard. 445.
Yeah, fantastic.
What a great attendance. Massive pat on the back to everybody who came. But I think you've summed that up well, Barton. They didn't really look like they were in any trouble, did they, really, to be fair?
No. That back four again, and Nathan Hottie just in front of them, picking everything up and getting the ball moving. Just terrific.
Yeah. That's the best game I've seen Nathan Hottie have. He's not had a bad game, but that was just like another level.
Yeah.
It was like just smooth as silk on Saturday. I think, I don't know if you agree with me, because you was obviously commentating and I was sort of doing my hosting type duties on the but the ref let a lot go in the first half, but he nicked it in the bud in the second, especially the last 10 minutes, didn't he? You could see what he was trying to do. He was trying to let the game flow. With it being a local derby, he didn't want to stop-start. But he was blowing up for things the last 10 minutes where he let them go in the first half, didn't he? And some of them were really fouls. He could have let them go on. And that's the only... Winterton only looked like they were going to cause trouble from a free kick, didn't they?
Yeah. I thought the referee just had a mad last 15 minutes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Barton were very, really, really good. I mean, Winton was one of the few teams that actually came to and really outplayed us last season, didn't they? There was only only Grimsby Borough really that did it. and Winton, but certainly didn't outplay man. And I thought you've got to give credit to Nathan Popple, Winton's keeper. 2 very good saves. One in the first half, people would say it's a bit lucky because Ben Hinchcliffe hit it and Pops went sort of down and it hit his sort of legs and his backside and he sort of caught it in between the 2 legs and his bum, but it was still a good save.
It was.
Second half, obviously up near your end there, up at the cricket field end there, he made himself really big and close. I don't know if it's Tom Warby or...
It's Will Warby, wasn't it? Will Warby
Warby
went through. It was a great save, really quick off his line. And Will Warby did nothing wrong, but he was out so quick. There was nothing to shoot at by the time he got out there.
Very good keeper, Pops. I've seen him many times at Winton, and when he played for Barton, I thought he played really well at Barton a few seasons ago. But it was a typical derby. You know, it was definitely good. It's not very often you're going to come away feeling like you'd lost the game, even though you'd drawn it. It just felt so gut wrenching, didn't it? Right at the end.
Yeah.
But as I say, everything else was really, really good about it. I thought Barton played well. I thought the back line played well. I thought the young keeper who came in, Ben Vos from Hull City, he's only 17, isn't he?
Yeah, did well.
Did
big
well.
Game to come in for.
It was a big game to come in for, but I think the defenders looked after him. And what he needed to do, he did okay. Obviously, Charlie's out for probably another game. His twisted ankle, I think he got at listen to me, Yorkshire Amateurs, didn't he? Went down and cockled over on that lovely pitch of theirs.
Yeah.
So, but controversial equaliser, Richard.
Well, yeah, I mean, having looked at it, there's no doubt about it that the ball's kicked out of the goalkeeper's hands before the goal.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a massive scramble anyway, and even before it got to that, 999 times out of 1,000, the referee would have already blown for a free kick even before we got to that.
Yeah, he would. And I mean, I was sort of thinking after the game, couldn't the referee see? But I'd seen the footage and he had a perfect view.
Yeah,
it was really well positioned, and he just let it go. So, bit disappointed, really, and I'm disappointed for the players.
Yeah,
I thought they worked the socks off for that one. So that was a 1-1 draw then. So we got a draw there. Obviously, rivals Ferriby, they put Yorkshire Amateurs to the sword, didn't they? Is it 4-1 or 4-0?
Good.
So
I think just one thing before we leave Winterton was the goal. The first time we've really seen anything of Henry Power, and what a brilliant cross he put in for Tom Warby to head it in.
Yeah, Henry Power is coming on. If anybody doesn't know about Henry, he's on dual registration from Cleethorpes, and I wouldn't be being awful if I said Henry only looks about 11 years old. There's not much weight on him. He looks more like a marathon runner than a footballer. But by can't he play? The more minutes that lad's going to get, the better he's going to be. I'll tell you what he reminds me of, Richard, and more on Tuesday night. He reminded me because he got quite a few more minutes. A young Curtis Bateson.
Yeah.
Really, really good, silky. And what I like about Henry Power is he comes off. He's got a smile on his face. He enjoys his football, doesn't he?
Yeah.
It's so nice to see. So yeah. Really good. And who scored the goal on Saturday? Can you remember?
Oh, Grimes.
Grimes, he scored for them, didn't he? Put it away.
Yeah, he took it. I mean, he absolutely hammered it in.
He did. He wasn't going to miss from there. And of course, our goal was scored by Tommy Wardby, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, just typical Tom Warby goal.
Yeah.
Hung himself in the air and buried it.
Yeah, rose like a salmon, up there for 5 minutes, buried it. Even Pops couldn't get it. So, fantastic goal. So, it was a point. I know the lads come off disappointed, but they shouldn't be because they gave their heart and soul to that game. They played really well. Another great performance for Barton Town, I thought.
It was, definitely, yeah.
So, that one's wrapped up then. So, 1-1. So then we go to the North East Counties League Cup, which of course Barton Town are the holders, and we had a home tie against Armthorpe Welfare, didn't we, Richard?
We did.
How did you think that went then? I know it went well, but what was your overview of the game?
I thought it played changed it about a bit, didn't I? Thought they played very well, never
They
in
did.
any sort of trouble, and they had a goal of the season competition in one night. The goals were absolutely tremendous. I thought one thing from the game, both sides' delivery at set pieces was absolutely top notch.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it?
But we scored some fantastic goals.
Oh, absolutely, every one. I mean, let's go through them. The first goal, training ground routine.
Yeah.
Shot corner, drilled out to Ben Hinchcliffe. He ain't going to save them. He
didn't have to connect with that. Yeah.
Sweet as a nut. Sweet as a nut. I've seen him do it in training. I've seen him doing it in training quite a few times. I've seen it go over the bar quite a few times, but that was worth the wait. That was fantastic.
It was.
So that was the first goal. The second goal, Tom Wardby. I can't quite remember how that one went. Do you know why I can't remember, Richard? Because I was somewhere else. I'd gone in to wash my hands.
Oh, no.
I know. It gets even worse. I missed Tom's second goal as well because I'd gone to the toilet.
Oh, no.
So I missed 2 goals. Couldn't believe
dear.
it. Couldn't believe it. But apparently I've seen them and they were crackers, weren't they?
There were, yeah. I mean, I'm trying to remember if the first one was when it was Taron Hare who played him in, but he still had a lot to do and he finds the corner of the net.
I think that was the third one, I think.
Was the third, was it?
Yeah, I think so. And I'm only going by the coverage. But
So
both
the second
really
one
good.
Was he played in by Jack Tanser?
He was played in by
Second
Jack
and
Tanser,
third goals were pretty similar.
Yeah, played in by Jack. And then the third one was obviously played in by Taz Hare, who has a birthday this week. So happy birthday, Taz. And then obviously the second half, they get a goal back, don't they? Joe Pugh.
Yeah, good player, Joe Pugh. I think I always liked him when he was at Ferriby.
Very good player, and we can read the game well. He had a free kick, didn't he? And it was a lovely free kick, and it was turned round by Ben Vos, good save, and from the resulting corner, he ghosted in. Nobody marked him, and he had a free header, which very rarely happens now. So that was 3-1. Then that sort of woke Barton up a little bit. They thought, we're not having this. So, and it was a few subs had been changed, hadn't they? And it was, if I remember rightly, it was Mr. Spinks.
Yeah, what a goal that was.
Well, I've never seen him score a tap-in, I'll be honest with you. I've seen Hall Road Rangers a few times, and he scored some lovely goals. If it's a little bit of time, bang, what a lovely goal.
It was. I was right behind that, and you just saw the curl into the top corner. He couldn't have put it in a better position.
I know, because their keeper, I can't remember his name, Joe Bacon.
Yeah,
he did a lovely save against Ben Hinchcliffe. A lovely save. So it could have been more if it weren't for the keeper. He did a couple of really good saves.
And Ben Hinchcliffe hit the post as well, didn't he? With an absolutely terrific shot.
He did. He did hit the post. Yeah. So he again, and they all had good games. Then we go on to Harrison Coley's goal.
That was a cracker.
Again,
absolute cracker.
You knew what he was going to do as soon as he got that ball. Just come in a little bit side, shift his weight, curls it in again. What a beautiful goal! So that's another contender for goal of the season.
Yeah.
And then I've got to be honest, my favourite of the night.
Yeah.
It was a big through ball, and you thought Tom Warby running onto it. You thought he's not going to get this. Controls it on the end of his toe, takes the pace off it, gets it round the keeper, slots it in for his hat trick. What a fantastic goal!
It was. I agree. I think it was the best one. I mean, the touch to bring that down. It was Danny North, wasn't it? Who made the long clearance, and the touch to bring that down was just absolutely incredible.
Just took all the pace off it and round the keeper. Really good. And I was impressed. I mean, Nathan Jarman obviously used a lot of the lads who've been subs, haven't they? And they've been on the periphery of the first 11. But he likes Jack Tanser getting a few more minutes. And Jack played well. Yeah. And I think Jack with minutes will be a better player. Definitely Henry Parr, as we've just been eulogising again with him. He played really well, didn't he?
Yeah.
Taking men on and nice crosses and nice little bit of interplay. Will Ward be slotted into full back with I think Nathan gives Scotty Matthews and Tom Davey a bit of a rest, didn't he? Because they've got through a terrific lot of work, those two lads.
Certainly have. Yeah.
Who else was playing? I'm trying to think.
Henry Cook was tigerish in midfield as usual.
Yeah, he was. Never lets you down. Really, really good player. As I say, he started the season, didn't he? And then he's been sub for quite a few games, but come on, and again, a really good performance. The subs he used as well. Obviously, Harrison Coley came on after being rested. He scored, as we say, he scored a nice goal. Chris Spinks came on. Looked good. And it was nice to see Kean Salter back as well. He always looked good, Kean. So, all in all, a really, really good performance by everybody.
And we almost had an incredible goal from Josh Lacey when he ran the full length of the pitch and just knocked it wide.
Carried on.
Yeah,
he just carried on.
Yeah,
carried on. And it wasn't too far wide, was it, Rich?
Didn't miss by much, no.
It's shot. Oh, God. But I think he'd have run round the pitch 2 times if he'd have scored that. That would have been goal of the season, that one.
It would, yeah.
He will get one this season, and he'll probably get one doing that, I hope, anyway.
Yeah.
So we're into the hat for the next round, aren't we?
We are, yeah.
So there's not really many surprises, only Ferriby going out to Staveley last night.
Yeah, quite a comfortable win by the look of that as well.
Yeah, I just read the report. I didn't see Ferriby's starting lineup, but I know Staveley were giving the clarion call that they had 6 teenagers in the team, so they're looking good. So it's 3-0? 3-0?
3-0, yeah. And apparently Lewis Exall was in goal and made quite a few good saves as well.
That's right. Yeah, it's nice to see Lewis back. I like Lewis; he's a good keeper. So we're just into the hat to the next round and see how we get. Hopefully, it'll be a home draw. As me and you, Richard, we don't like travelling to away games in midweek, do we?
We don't, you're right. Yeah,
you'll get cramp.
I do. Yeah.
So that's our 2-game preview, and it's on to Saturday, Richard. Knaresborough Town, Mance Lane, Knaresborough. I think our last 3 visits to Knaresborough could have the headline mugged off at Mance Lane.
Yes.
With offside winners, dodgy penalties, roughhouse treatment. Swans, I think the Swans have every right to feel aggrieved on the last 3 visits to Mance Lane. I think you'll back me up on that one, won't you?
Yeah, I mean, Curtis Bateson was kicked off the pitch last year, wasn't he?
Well, it's kicked up in the air. It was terrible. No
protection from the referee at all.
Absolutely none at all. So, I mean, hopefully, well, I think last season, if memory serves me correctly, they did the double over us. So,
yeah, because there was that opening day defeat, wasn't there, when we dominated and
90% possession and we couldn't get the ball in the net. They had 2 attacks and scored off one of them.
Yeah.
The current form's a bit sort of iffy. 1 lost 1. And the top scorer is Danny Edwards, the ex-Nostell lad. He's got 7 this season. So the form in relation to wins, they've had away wins, which was quite impressive. They beat Garforth and Silsden away, so that's good.
It is a good win, yeah.
But Silsden are a funny team. You'll either get a good Silsden performance or a poor one. There's no in between with Silsden. And they've lost at home to Bottisford, believe it or not, Penistone, and they've lost away to Frickley. So they're up and down the performances. So if you goal scorers chart, Tom Warby's moved up, hasn't he? He's got 9 now, so he's doing well.
Certainly is, yeah.
Yeah, and if we look at our stats, attendances, we're still 5th, Richard, on an average of 300.
Oh, that's good going.
Up to 37%. We're really joint 4th with Golka. They're 4th, and obviously Ferriby top, Hallam 2nd, and Penistone Church 3rd. So we're sort of joint fourth with Golka. If we face off with Knaresborough in relation to stats, Barton Town have got the 13th best attack, 1.27 goals per game, and Knaresborough the 17th with 1.10 per game. Defence, or defence as we call it, not the American word, Barton Town are first, of course, in defence. 0.45 goals per game. So that's not even half a goal.
Excellent.
5 goals in 11 matches we've conceded. Knaresborough are down in 13th, and they've conceded 17 goals in 10 matches. So they have got a bit of a leaky defence if we can get down that end and pepper them somewhat. Clean sheets, pardon, Richard?
I was just going to look up, is Greg Anderson still at Knaresborough? Is he still...
Greg's he's still there. He'll still be waving his magic wand with that defence.
Yeah.
He's still there, yeah. Don't know if he'll be playing, but he usually does. He keeps himself very fit. He always looks well when we see him, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Never seems to get any older.
Yeah, I hate to think how old he is nowadays.
I won't like to say. But I wish I was as fit as he is.
Yeah, same here.
Must be all that gardening he does.
Yeah.
Right, so clean sheets, always a good one. We're first again. 7 clean sheets we've got. Let's make it 8 on Saturday. It'd be nice. And Knaresborough have only had 2 clean sheets. They're 13th. So that's our stat attack. So it all looks to be a good game. I mean, they've kept most of the players they had last season, to be fair. Knaresborough, if people know Knaresborough, it's obviously geographically next to Harrogate, and they get a lot of players from Harrogate Town Youth and Harrogate Railway. So most of their players come from there. I mean, you've got players like Danny Edwards, of course, who's a top scorer with 7. He's come from Nostell. But you have Thomas Dugdale, probably a name you remember. He's had a few clubs. Eccleshill, Pontefract, Frickley. Carl Robinson, Gould and Glasshoughton. They've got a young keeper, Thomas Brown. He's at the I2I Academy in York. They've got, obviously, Greg Anderson, the veteran, North Ferriby and Buxton, to name but a few.
Yeah.
Harry Clark, ex-Harrogate Town and Harrogate Railway. Joe Navier, Harrogate Railway. Ben Parks, Harrogate Railway. So you can see they've got quite a lot from local lads. And you've obviously managed by Simon Parks, helped with Colin Heath. So the pair of them have got lots and lots of experience. And they really do drill the squad. So it'll be a very, very tough game at Manslane, not Knaresborough. I'm looking for a tight one, I think. But again, what do we know? It'd probably end up about 6 or 7-0, all being well. it'd be nice.
It'd be nice to have a good win there, yeah.
It would. I mean, obviously, Emily had a really good win at Penistone last night, didn't they? I think it was like 5-2 or something like that. So to go to Penistone and score, they must be on fire, Emily, at the moment.
They must, yeah.
So they've gone up to second. We've dropped down to third, but we're level on points. Obviously, Emily's goal difference is quite a bit better. So I'm not sure who Emily's got at the weekend. I know Ferriby have got a tough one at Winterton, down at West Street. So at the MKM Stadium there, it's Winterton and Ferriby. That will be a very good game, I think.
It will. That'll be a good one, that, yeah.
Well, yeah. So we'll see if Ferriby can bounce back from the League Cup defeat. I'm sure Mr. Hare will be doing a few laps around West Street while he's watching.
Yeah. I don't think Ferriby had put a full strength team out. I don't think. I think there was a few hadn't played many games, I think.
Yeah, it's got to be, hasn't it? Because I mean, however good Stabley played, you're not going. Ferriby wouldn't have lost 3-0. We weren't there, so we don't know. But you can only surmise.
Yeah.
So we better not get lulled into a false sense of security with Ferriby's performance.
Yeah, definitely not.
I'm sure it'd be a Danny East penalty, 83 minutes.
Yeah, I don't think he was it. I don't think he was on the team sheet.
No. So there'd be a few missing. So all in all, Richard, It's been a good week for the Swans.
Yeah, certainly has. I mean, really, I would have been happy. You'd be happy with a point against Winterton anyway, wouldn't you? But it was just the performance was so good. It was just
It was
terrific.
good. I mean, they've had some. I can't think this season of an under par performance really. Every time, and the players, the commitment and how hard they try is phenomenal, and they're playing for the manager, which is brilliant.
Yeah,
and they've got and it's a tight knit squad, and Nathan seems to be able to get them to gel and look after them, and really they want to play for him and want to play for the club by the looks of it. But no complaints whatsoever. Absolutely brilliant. And like you say, the midfield are good. The forwards are trying really hard and playing good. Because I mean that it's going to come. I mean, obviously it came on Tuesday night against opposition that was in the league below, but it's going to come in the league where I think Barton are going to sort of let rip against somebody and score 5 or 6. I think.
Yeah, well, he seems to have got the team spirit that Billy Heath had in the Ferriby side that Jarman played in, which was a terrific spirit they had, and he seems to have got that here at Barton.
Definitely, it does tend to sort of replicate that, doesn't it? I mean, obviously you had a lot more to do with Ferriby than me, but me and my lad used to go watch Ferriby quite a bit, and definitely can see that spirit there. Definitely. I mean, he's got a nice balance as well. He's got the older, more experienced guys. When I say old, they're not that old, but do you know what I mean? The experienced guys. You've got lads who've had experience at clubs higher.
Yeah.
And you've also got lads who've obviously got lots of experience at this level and slightly below. And then you've got the young lads coming in as well. So everything looks good. But I mean, you'll get people to come down and support the club if they're playing good football. I mean, everybody likes to win, don't they? But I mean, if you're playing good football and you're getting entertained for £5 or £6, as we say, you'll come back again. Simple as that. If you've got a good product, people will come. Simple as that. And at the moment, Barton Town have got a very, very good product.
For the latest Barton Town news and information, visit the club's website at www.bartontownfc.co.uk.
I'm joined by Alex Robinson, who's club secretary and media man for Hull City Ladies, who play their home games at the Easy Buy Stadium. They've got a game coming up on Sunday. You'd like to give us a rundown about it, Alex?
Yeah, I'm very much looking forward to it this Sunday at the Easy Buy Stadium. Hull City Ladies versus Bradford. Chris Hames, our fair team manager's former club. One of our players, Hope Knight's former club too, so it should be a tasty affair. Very much looking forward to it. All under 16s are free. Adults are £5 if you buy online in advance, or £6 on the gate. The gate open 12:45 because it's our family fun day. We've got a bouncy castle, face painting, posters, treasure hunt, FIFA competition, so it should be a really good a day. So if you're not come down to an Hull City Ladies game, I would suggest just come and give us a chance and then watch women's football, and I'm sure it won't disappoint.
And how's the season going so far?
It's been a mixed season so far. We've recorded 2 very good results against York and then Newcastle away. We beat Newcastle away in front of 2,000 plus fans, probably the richest club, women's club in the world, and it was a superb 4-3 result. Then we drew to Merseyrail on Sunday, just gone 0-0, but I think we hit the post bar and we had plenty of chances. So hopefully it'll be a different result this Sunday, and we'll pick up the 3 points at the Easy Buy Stadium.
That's it for this edition of Swans Talk. Thanks for listening.